Hello folks, this is Jacob Harkey, and today I am coming to you live outside of the Nuys Courthouse where a hearing is scheduled in the Menendez brothers case. I'm gonna go ahead and switch my camera view so that y'all can see a little bit of what the scene here looks like. We've got lots of media present from lots of different organizations, lots of different cameras, lots of different presenters. It's a whole vibe out here, folks. Now, today's hearing is about whether or not the Menendez brothers will be resentenced. So, for those unfamiliar with the case, in 1996, brothers Eric and Lyle Menendez were convicted for the 1989 murder of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. Now, there's a whole lot of information that you can look into about the case. There was a recent Netflix docudrama called Monsters, which dramatizes the event itself as well as the years leading up to the trial. And well, I actually happened to see that, and to be honest, I didn't even know that there would be a hearing today, but I'm still on spring break, and when I started to see headlines about it in the morning, I realized, you know what, I think I may be able to make it to the courthouse in time. And sure enough, doesn't appear that any of the attorneys or other public figures expected to be here have made their exits yet, so we may be looking forward to that soon, and I will be keeping a lookout for it. But specifically what's going to happen today, it's been an interesting series of developments because the brothers were convicted and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for the first-degree murder of both Jose Menendez and also Kitty Menendez. Now, after the Netflix docudrama became pretty popular, the former district attorney for Los Angeles County, George Gascon, filed a motion for resentencing. And as I understand it, I didn't read the full motion, but as I understand it, George Gascon was making a strong appeal to how much good work they've done since they've been in prison and how that has shown them to have been rehabilitated and no longer be a danger to the public, and that's what George Gascon was moving for. Now, George Gascon was voted out in our most recent elections. In our most recent election cycle, Nathan Hochman won district attorney, so he is the new DA for Los Angeles County, and he has looked to vacate or have that motion filed by George Gascon thrown out. Nathan Hochman has made it very clear that he is not interested in a resentencing hearing for the Menendez brothers. He sees them both as major liars, and the lying is one thing that makes this case actually difficult for me myself to even know exactly where I stand, because there are some lies that the brothers have admitted to. For example, when their parents were first killed, it was the brothers who made the 911 call, and they said they found their parents this way, and their first thought was that they suspected the mafia. Now later, once the boys actually go to trial, we learned that that was a total lie, and the boys even admit it themselves. Now, there are other things, and Nathan Hochman was sure to point this out when he has spoken about the case. There's other things like trying to coerce key witnesses to perjure themselves. Nathan Hochman maintains that the boys did that, that the brothers did that. The brothers maintain that that did not happen. So it does become difficult to know whether or not somebody's narrative is reliable once they have admitted to some lies. So I am curious to know if those of y'all who are in the chat, those of you who are tuned in or following along with any of the recent developments, if any of you do have any opinions to share, I'm certainly open to hearing others' opinions on this one, because it is a complicated case, to say the least. One thing I don't think I mentioned in the few minutes that I've been live so far today is that the brothers did allege sexual abuse by their father. So whether or not folks believe them has been very debatable over the last few months, especially. Well, even going back to when the case actually went down in trial. Of course, this was before I was born. I was born in 1999. The brothers were convicted in 1996. But especially since the Netflix docudrama came out, and if you've seen the Netflix docudrama, you know that the father, Jose Menendez, is not portrayed as a good guy at all. So what actually happened between the two cases was interesting, between the two trials, because the brothers were first tried and it ended in a hung jury, not unlike the Danny Masterson trial. For those of you watching who may have been familiar with the Danny Masterson trial, he was tried twice. First trial ended in a hung jury and a mistrial. Second time he was convicted. So for the brothers it was similar, where the first time they were tried, the prosecution was moving to have them convicted for first-degree murder. And the defense was essentially admitting that the brothers did kill their parents, but they were arguing the argument that they were making was that it was an imperfect self-defense, meaning that it was not a perfect self-defense because it was premeditated, but that the argument they were trying to make was that the brothers made a good faith attempt to protect themselves because they believed that retaliation by their parents for speaking out against their father posed a significant threat to their own lives. So what they were trying to get, what the brothers' attorneys were trying to get them convicted on in the first trial was voluntary manslaughter, which would have still seen the brothers do some prison time, but it wouldn't have been life without parole like they ended up getting with the first-degree murder charges. So that was the first time they were tried. Now, the second time they were tried, the judge did not allow that option for them to be potentially convicted on the lesser charge, on the voluntary manslaughter charge. For the second trial, it was either guilty of first-degree murder or not guilty, and the jury did find both brothers to be guilty of first-degree murder for the murder of Jose and Kitty Menendez, and because of that, they were sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. But as I've mentioned, the recent district attorney, George Gascon, made a motion for resentencing on the grounds that the brothers had shown themselves to have been rehabilitated based on the work that they've done in prison. But George Gascon was voted out. He is no longer district attorney, and the current district attorney, Nathan Hochman, is no fan of the idea of having the brothers resentenced. Now, in a recent speech that I did see Nathan Hochman giving to the media about this case, Nathan Hochman did mention that if the brothers do want to pursue a path to potential resentencing, things that they can do would be to come clean about everything. Because as long as they're continuing to hold on to some lies, the court is never going to see that as full rehabilitation, or they can't even acknowledge the crimes that they've committed. So that's Nathan Hochman's position. Now, there are a few other potential routes to freedom for the brothers. One of them is that Gavin Newsom, governor of California, could grant them clemency. And as I understand it, there is a clemency hearing that's scheduled in June. So Newsom is currently having a team. I don't know all of the details of what the current status of this is, but as I do understand it, there will be a hearing related to the clemency. I'm not sure if Newsom will be attending it or if the results of the hearing will be informing his next decision, but there's a clemency hearing to determine if the boys are eligible to have their sentences commuted, to be freed. So even if the judge today decides that he wants to grant Nathan Hochman's request to have the motion for resentencing thrown out and not open the boys up for resentencing, if that's what ends up happening today, there is still a potential plan because Gavin Newsom could still commute their sentences. And as I understand it, there's also even another thing that the brothers might be potentially pursuing, some kind of habeas corpus petition, which, if I understand it correctly, will allege that their rights were violated in the first trial. I don't know all the details of that pursuit, if that is the route that they try to take. But that's a little overview of what has gone on in this case, what is going on today. So yeah, I guess I'm just kind of waiting for the judge's final ruling on will the resentencing move forward or will there be no resentencing, because the judge will accept Nathan Hochman, the new district attorney's motion to have, well, the request to have the old motion for resentencing thrown out. Hello, Laura. I see Laura's in here. Lily Eve is in here and says, I think my opinions may be skewed some due to how the media presented the facts in the 90s. Well, yeah, like I said, that was a little before my time. I was just born in 99. So if you have a perspective about how the media portrayed this case in the 90s, I'm certainly open to hearing those perspectives. Hey, Roberta Curry was in here, says, hey, Jacob, so curious what is going to happen. I certainly am as well. glad that I was able to make it here on time because, like I said, I woke up this morning not knowing that this hearing was happening today. And when there have been previous hearings over the last few months, they've generally been on days that I'm working because I'm generally working Monday through Friday. But thankfully, I'm still on spring break, and depending on how you look at it, this is kind of my last day of spring break because Saturday and Sunday, that's a weekend, so those are days that I'd have off already. This is the last special Friday that's off for spring break. But thankfully, I was able to make it over here in time. As I am privileged to live close to the action in Los Angeles County. Laura FM says, thank you for the recap. I didn't know about all that current info. Yeah, Laura, have you seen Monsters on Netflix? It's very well done. It's like an 8-part miniseries. And as I understand it, that was one thing that I didn't mention. Cooper Koch, who is the actor that plays Eric Menendez in the docudrama, he is here. Hi, Granny T. Hi, Angel. Thank you, folks, for being in here. We are here to find out latest developments regarding whether or not Eric and Lyle Menendez will be resentenced. And John Burkhalter says, well, I don't understand why they don't talk to that one guy who was a young teenager from that band with Menudo, or however you say it, about how their father abused that young band member. So yeah, that was another recent development. And before a few months ago, I wasn't even familiar myself with the boy band Menudo, but essentially, as I understand it, Jose Menendez, the brother's father, was an executive in the music industry. I can't recall for what company off the top of my head, but his company represented the band Menudo, and recently somebody who's now an adult but who was a teenager at the time that he was in Menudo alleges that he was also abused sexually by Jose Menendez. And hey, Jessica, what's up? How are you?
Hi, I'm glad I didn't miss it.
Yeah. No big action so far. Good to see you. It's been a few months. How have you been?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Been good. What about you?
Not bad. I'm back to working full time, so I don't have as much free time to come to these types of things. But yeah, I found out today this was happening. I was like, oh, maybe I'll make it down. This is Jessica Palmadessa, for those unfamiliar. I'm guessing. I did bring the guitar. I was thinking, I don't know, I might mess around on it if there's nothing going on and I need to make something interesting.
Well, I'm happy I didn't miss it. I was driving. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna end up driving it for no reason.
So when you've been here in the past, is this a pretty typical media turnout compared to what you've seen in the past? Hello.
Hi.
Do they stop for Q&As, or have they in the past, or have they just kind of walked out in the...
They normally speak for a bit after, you know.
Okay, so it's... Okay, so like kind of a press conference outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they've done every time so far since I've been here, so hopefully they do that again, or else...
And do you see the attorneys from both sides answer questions or talk, like prosecution and defense, or?
Just the brother's like attorney.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
Speaks.
What's his name? Is it Garego or?
Yeah, I literally cannot remember it.
I took some notes, but Mark Garregos. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's what I've got. I think Brian Friedman might also be on the legal team. I think Mark Garregos is the what do they call it, lead counsel or whatever. I'm still learning a lot of my terms. I try to.
I don't know either. Don't worry.
It's been a little over a year since we were all at the courthouse for when Cam and Danny and everybody was arrested. Oh man, yeah. I was seeing memories pop up, or Cam posted a throwback picture on Instagram like 1 year ago today. I was like, dang. You got a good picture at the ICE protest. That went pretty hard.
Yeah, I know. Not to brag.
Oh, still.
Always prepared.
Oh yeah, I try to be. I can't go to the court as much nowadays because I'm teaching full time again. So I work Monday through Friday. Yeah. But right now I'm on spring break. So when I woke up and I realized this is happening today, I was like, oh, I might be able to be back there for first time in a while. I actually haven't been to this courthouse as much. Usually when I have gone to hearings for other cases, I've gone to Stanley Mosque for civil cases.
I don't know why they have it over here. It's so random.
I'm not sure if it, yeah, I don't know if I understand it either. I don't know if it's because of the type of...
Here, though, to be honest.
No, yeah, parking was a lot easier here.
Yeah, you don't have to park in the garage and sprint a freaking mile.
Yep,
so much better.
I've been there many
Less
times.
Traffic.
Yeah, and getting close to those courthouses, it'll always be like 10 minutes for the last like mile and a half because there's so many lights, there's always so many cars. Oh yeah.
I'm happy it's over here. It's over here.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan. Was this also where Will was brought to when he was arrested at UCLA, or detained or whatever, or was that not here?
Actually, I think it actually was.
I remember seeing part of your stream that day, but I don't think I've actually been here before.
Yeah, but damn, I think this was it. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
It's always interesting for me to find myself at a place that I've seen before on live streams. Yeah. Like the first time I ever went to Big Blue, it was like, whoa, these are all the buildings I've like seen in the documentaries. Oh, I even went to Int Base recently with Dodge a couple of weeks ago when the Gold Base in near Hemet.
I've been there the one time. There was no.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it was interesting. I like brought a map that showed like the breakdown of like, okay, this is the north side. This is where the executive buildings are. This is the south side. That's where the film production crews happen. Like, oh, okay, that's the mess hall. Like, it was kind of cool to like kind of have an idea of what happens. And like, I've listened to audiobooks from people who went there or lived there and worked there. So like, I was able to think of like stories like, oh, I've heard stories about what's gone on in that building. And I know stories about what's happened here. And of course, they've got like a really nice golf course that never gets used. Except for when Tom Cruise would used to come and Tom and Dave would get to play on it. Like nobody else ever uses it. Well, because Hubbard used that for a film set in like 1978 and then ended up just buying the property with the idea that he could live there, but then he ended up being on the run for like the last 10 years of his life. So he never actually did live there.
They've been coming out lately.
The Scientologists? Yeah. I've gone to the Blue Building a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. There actually has been a decent sized crowd coming in and out, especially around like 7 o'clock or so.
I went with Will a couple of times. We went out like freaking midnight and there were people everywhere.
By the test center or Big Blue?
Building
midnight. That's interesting.
In and out like crazy.
Makes me wonder if they were being punished or something, having to run laps around the place or something.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I know that used to happen a lot more. Wait, what was that?
Like, what can you guys possibly be doing at that time out there? Just everywhere. It looks like it's like a nightclub.
I mean, Sea Org members, they're working every single day. They don't get any days off. So, I mean, what are they ever doing, really? Their church is always finding ridiculous busy work for them to do. I mean, I've heard within the last few years at the Gold Base in Riverside County, there was recently, everyone on the property was ordered to like dust off all the old cassette tapes or something. It's like, I mean, that place, it used to be where international management was run from, but now that place has become like the site where so much criminal activity and so many like instances of physical abuse by David Miscavige, like there's just so much bad that's come out about that place, and pretty much everybody who's there is aware of all of that. So David Miscavige doesn't go there anymore, and it's pretty much like anybody who is still there has been there for over a decade and is basically a prisoner and never going to be allowed to leave. Yeah, Scientology, it's a trip, folks. That's how Jessica and I originally met, for those who have gotten into her content more recently. Oh, well, you've been reposting some Scientology content recently, right? I feel like I've seen you. You were just saying. That's right.
At the test center, I've been trying to catch up. It's like
you can't stay away.
A fun little game, you know? Every time I go by, I'm like, it becomes like a little obsession. It's like you can't go by without checking to see if they're out there, and then it's like, gotta get out of the car, go say hello, watch them close the door in your face. It's like, just a little bit of a power move.
Well, and if you're like live streaming on Hollywood Boulevard, it's like that's one of the more interesting things that might be going on. I mean, there's also, does that guy dressed as the Joker, is he still there every night, or is he? Oh, okay, good for him. Yeah. Upgrading or down? I don't know.
I noticed that there's been so many people though, like outside the test center, like taking photos and like.
Well, and somebody dressed up as Trump recently and like tried to go in, didn't they? Like did like a Trump. I saw like a Trump getting kicked out video. I actually don't know for sure if that was Hollywood Boulevard, but I assumed it was.
It was at a Scientology building.
Yeah.
That one? But no, I seen that. I think it may have actually been the Blue Building now.
Oh, I see. Oh, damn. That's a little ballsier. Yeah. Although, they've got a few entrances. I guess one of them, that one on Sunset or whatever, is probably more for the public to go through. The other ones are like, no, you got to be either Sea Org or OT to go in, like Advanced Organization, LA. There's so much to keep track of. So much hierarchy. So much. I'm still learning. We protested them for months, and I've still got a lot to learn, I feel like. Oh, yeah, it has been. Yeah, wow, because the first time I ever did was with Alexa Nicholas and Eat Predators in September of 2023. So, yeah, wow, it's been a year and a half since my first time.
Yeah.
There have been stretches of time where I've gone like months without making it out there much, but it's been fun to go back out there now when I can.
Ain't anything really related to them forever because there's nothing much to do. I mean, besides standing outside an empty building. But now that they're like back out, you know.
How was it at being at the anti-ICE protests? Was it
Which one?
the one where y'all got? So I didn't actually watch the whole thing. I just saw a few clips of it afterward. Did you guys walk into the tunnel and then it got kettled? Like the
No,
cops?
they pushed us in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, dang.
They made everybody go in there. It was pretty entertaining, you know. Interesting. I mean,
Right on. Right on.
you know, I didn't think we were going to be arrested or anything, so I wasn't really tripping too much. And then,
So you got handcuffed, but they didn't actually cite you? Like they didn't actually give you a citation?
no, they let everybody go.
Everybody?
Everybody, yeah.
So you didn't get like special treatment because you were media? Like they let
No,
everybody who got
they let
pushed in there go?
everybody yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They said, I guess it said over the scan or something that they didn't have the resources to arrest everyone, so they were letting everybody go. Like,
Interesting.
Okay.
Do you know, if you had to guess, like how many people that were in there? Like was it hundreds? Was it?
I would say yeah, maybe a couple hundred.
Okay. Okay.
I think something like that. They didn't really give anybody a way to get out though. Like,
So what did they just cuff you and then have you walk and like get patted down and then they let
Yeah.
you leave? Okay. Okay.
but they pushed everybody like down. Like even I was like, all right, like you know, let me get out or whatever, and they were like, no, like we're moving everyone to the tunnel. I was like, okay, why wouldn't you just let people leave if they wanted to leave? But all right.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because like when we were at UCLA, they issued the dispersal order many times.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is though, they did the dispersal order for a different area. So
I
it's
see. I
like-
see. Oh, so you're talking about at the ICE protests? There
yeah,
was.
They did it for like
Oh.
streets down.
Oh, interesting.
So, and then when Fox News was talking to me, they were like, "Do you regret not like leaving when they give the dispersal warning?" I was like, "I did. I left that area. I went to a different area, and then they pushed us into the tunnel." Like, but you know,
Dang, I actually didn't
was an
realize it went down that way.
experience.
That is an experience.
Yeah.
Did they air your interview on TV? Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to. I actually think I might have missed that. I'll have to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
I called into your brother's show recently.
Really?
Yeah.
On TikTok?
I think he was streaming on Substack and TikTok and YouTube.
Oh, God.
I was. Oh yeah.
Like you were talking on there?
Yeah, for like a second,
I love
he
that.
hung up on me before too long, which
Oh God.
that's
Was he trolling
okay.
you or something?
I mean, no, I'm a lefty. He's pretty liberal, which I mean that's
Just a
that's
little
fine. But no, it was a fun little clip to go back and rewatch.
That's hilarious.
He's a good speaker. He's got the skill. I can tell the on camera personality runs in the family. Are either of your parents public speakers or public figures of any kind, or?
No. He's just. I don't know if you know. Tomorrow, Bernie Sanders has a rally tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow or is that tonight?
It's tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
don't know if you're into that kind of stuff, but
Are you gonna go? Are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be inside, like with a inside pass, or just outside, like?
just like the general, you know.
Okay.
Whatever.
Like, do you have a ticket, or you have
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if it's too late to get tickets, or?
No, you could still.
Okay.
I did it this morning.
Huh? Maybe I will have to do that. I mean, when you go to those kinds of things, do you like comment much, or just more document, like? Or is it depend?
I'm just filming it, kind
Gotcha,
of,
gotcha.
But
Oh yeah, I would have to think about how much do I want to talk while I'm here. How much do I want to? I'll think about it. I'm intrigued now that I know about it. Know you'll be going. You know if Will will be going too, or?
yeah, he's going.
Okay. Something to do. That's all right. Do you have any idea if Hassan Piker is going to be there as well, or I don't know if you know who he is?
I'll send you the thing.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. Now I'm getting intrigued, y'all. Maybe I will have to find myself at the AOC Bernie rally tomorrow. We'll see. Hi, Lone Dinosaur 13. I'm Mark Stebbins. Thanks y'all for being here. You have your typical mods in there, Cassie and Gucci Dessa on duty today. Hey folks. Might have some audience watching that has come to your channel since after you wrapped up the more intense Scientology protesting. But it's a pleasure to be talking to our audience, old and new. Is the do I just need to get a ticket on like Eventbrite, or is it
there's just like a link.
or you got it on
his
there? Okay.
thing here.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Oh, okay,
Who was
sweet.
the person you asked up there?
Hassan Piker. He's Hassanabi. He's like
So,
he's a Twitch streamer, but he did an event with AOC and Bernie recently, and I know he lives in LA. I don't know. I would imagine he'll probably be there. I don't know if he's gonna be like speaking on stage. Did the thing you sent me? I haven't. I only have one phone, so I haven't looked at it. Is it the one that's like modeled like a Coachella like music festival? Like it looks like it's all the artists. The way it's. Yeah. I think I did see that one, but I can't remember all the names.
Yeah.
But thank you. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. Did you have any political aspirations like your brother, or is that more his thing?
No, it's his thing. Not me at all.
Gotcha. Did he go to college for like political science or?
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's fun. Because he was like working right under Kamala Harris when she was still VP, right? Or that's pretty far. That's pretty high up there.
On the chat, mad.
Oh, do you try to not talk about that on your streams?
Everybody already knows. Everybody. For a while, I don't think anybody connected us, but now everybody's like, they'll be like, your brother's a piece of shit, or they'll be like, I love your brother.
I mean, I can't say I agree with everything he posts, but I'm no fan of Donald Trump either. But I can get more into that tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah.
Today we're here for the Menendez brothers. Do you have the time? I'm not able to view the time while I'm streaming.
3:54.
3:54. Okay, so Associated Press I think is here, and they keep delaying what shows as the start time. Because when I first woke up this morning, they had a YouTube video like scheduled, a YouTube live stream like scheduled to start at 11. Then it got moved back to like 2, and then it got moved back to like 4. So, I mean, the courthouse can't be open much longer. Like, I would imagine the proceedings are going to be wrapping up by 4:30 at the latest. But we're here. Now I'm not just sitting alone. Okay.
That's where they all, walk out.
Okay.
So it's probably the best path before.
Makes sense.
Where I was the last time was like right up on that, like the stairs right there, because they walk right past. And
Gotcha.
Talking.
I'm probably going to stay in the shade for now, because if I get in the sun too early, I mean, I put on some sunscreen, but I burn quick. But yeah, maybe once they come out, I will do the same. I'm also thinking, do I want to play my guitar? I was just thinking about, I don't know if you remember that song, Revoke Scientology's tax exempt status. I was thinking about just playing those chords and...
Just right in front of
Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Maybe that'll be the move. We'll see.
There was no wind before out on that one.
Yeah, no, this did kind of come out of nowhere. When I first got here, I wasn't much of it, but especially when the leaves are coming down the sidewalk, I feel it especially. You'd probably feel it a little bit less if you're in front of the building, because the building could probably be blocking it a little bit. Were there any other notable... I don't know, do you keep up with, like, filings, like, between the hearings, or mostly just show up on the day of? Nice. So did you see the docudrama, Monsters? So, the actor who played, was it Eric?
He was here, right?
He's here, yeah.
He's still here?
I mean, I didn't hear that he left. I mean, if he showed up for the hearing, yeah, I didn't hear that he left, and I would think that would probably be another breaking news alert.
Evidently the actor was here from Monsters.
Did you say you saw it, the docudrama? I saw it before I really knew anything about the case, and so I didn't even know what the brothers actually looked like. They got the looks pretty down in the docudrama, even down to the scene of the crime. It was pretty.
Don't look like that anymore, but
well, right, yeah. I don't even know 100% like how to feel about this, like, because I don't always know what I can believe with them, because they've admitted to some lies, and like that's kind of what the new DA is arguing. Because did you even go to hearings when it was still George Gascon as the DA? Because he was the one who filed the motion to have the brothers resentenced.
Yeah.
But Nathan Hochman, new DA, is like not on board with that. And his main thing is like, they're liars. Like, they need to come clean about all of their lies, not just some of them. And then they might be able to pursue a path to clemency, potentially. So I guess the judge today is deciding whether or not to grant the new DA's motion to vacate that previous filing.
Yeah.
If I understand that correctly, that's correct.
As far as I know.
And there are, I guess, like a few other potential ways that it can happen, because Gavin Newsom has the authority to commute their sentences and grant them clemency. And there's already a hearing about that scheduled for like June. So even if the judge decides to throw out the previous DA's motion today, there is still a path to freedom for the boys, I guess. I keep saying the boys. I mean the brothers.
Like they're like 60.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the.
The ruling, did they rule it?
I haven't heard an update. We're still waiting for them to come out of the courthouse. I don't think the judge has said yet.
But it's got to be coming out soon.
They've got to be soon. I mean, I think 4:30 at the latest is when they would keep the.
Out by 4:30. Yeah, you know, courtrooms are closed at 4.
So anytime now. Have a good one.
Move up there.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. I might be up there before long too. Good to see you. All right, folks. Let's get situated here. Why don't we? Alexa's in here, as Jacob is so informed always. Thank you, Alexa. I've had the pleasure of attending court hearings with Alexa before in the Jane Doe v. Religious Technology Center case. Oh, what a time. I am going to take a quick drink of water. And all that talking to Jessica Palmadessa has got my vocal cords a little more warmed up. So maybe I can get to some singing in a moment here. Lone Dinosaur 13 says, I was in college during their trial. I think it's time to let them go. Time served. That's not an unpopular opinion. And if others have a similar view or even a contradicting view, I would be very curious to hear how y'all feel about this case. Now, I want to say that I had a pick earlier. Do I know what happened to my pick? That is the question. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Am I still in tune? Sounds good enough to me. But folks, what could I have done with my pick? Couldn't have gone far, could it have? And if needed, I may be able to make another pick real quick with my handy dandy pick maker. But let's just see. Let's just have another look here real quick. So here's a gift that I got several birthdays ago. And chat, if you can let me know, can y'all read this? The words on here, pickpunch.com. If y'all can read that so that it's facing forward, that would be great. Because if not, then I may have to invert the appearance of my camera. But what I can do with this little tool is I can find an old expired credit card or AAA card, and I can create myself a little pick. Wouldn't that be something? Let's see what I've got here. Do I want this one? Thankfully, I do tend to be a hoarder, or have some hoarder tendencies, and that has led me to have a lot of cards in my wallet that I really don't need. All right, well, I can do this one. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. Laura says, yes, it's good. Thank you for letting me know, Laura. I just made a pic out of an old expired picture of myself. So now I have an exclusive Jacob Harkey pic. All right. Do I want to play with the pick though, or do I want to just strum with my fingers? Let me see what sounds better.
Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Oh, will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Ooh.
All right, I'm a little warmed up now. Now let me think about what else I can throw in there, how I can maybe work in some additional verses about what's happened. George Gascon, the previous DA, there's lots of things that rhyme with A, and I'm already using the word today a good amount in there. Will the judge free the brothers today, or will he grant the wishes of the new DA and throw out the motion to resentencing? I was writing music on the spot. It can be easier said than done. Although I don't know that anybody said it was easy. But I ain't no Lin-Manuel Miranda. Although that would be quite a skill, to be able to freestyle on the spot the way that he does. Will the judge allow the brothers to vacate, or will he grant the wishes of the new DA and throw out the motion for resentencing today? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Will the judge let the brothers vacate, or will he grant the wishes of the new DA? Will he free the Menendez brothers today? Oh, I'm glad that I happened to find out about this hearing in time, especially while I'm on spring break and I'm actually able to make it. Thank you very much for the super sticker thingy. I appreciate that. Trying to make out what that's a super sticker of. Is that a pear? A pear is giving me mild Squidward vibes. And I do see It's Not Easy Being Me says it all has to do with their name, money, media attention, family, keeping their story alive, etc. Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. I think that the media attention, the newfound media attention that the brothers have gotten, especially with the Netflix docudrama Monsters, I think that definitely had an impact on George Gascon's decision to file a motion for resentencing. Now, the fact that Nathan Hochman no longer wants the judge to consider that motion for resentencing is an interesting development that Who was yelling? I think we need to... Somebody's yelling. See if I can scope out what's going on here. Oh my goodness, Alexa Nicholas just gave me a $50 super sticker. Thank you so much, Alexa. You're the real MVP. Looks like Jess might be coming back this way. Maybe she'll have a story for us about what just went down. What was that about? I heard, but I couldn't make out anything being said. Was it intelligible or?
No, she was screaming. Something about she believes in God.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it her? Oh,
Hallelujah! I was just walking in front of all the cameras going, my name's Jess Pomeressa, I'm here for the clout. They said CNN was live though. I'm trying to get that one.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know which one's them.
Oh gosh, that's funny. It makes me kind of want to take my guitar and start walking around, playing on other people's feeds.
You wanna go for a circle again? Just keep saying your name over and over again. It's great.
I might be down. Actually, wait. Are you streaming on 2 different platforms right now? Let me see if I can figure out a way to hold this one. Or
I know it's not easy to do.
Yeah. And when I've got the guitar too, let me see how I could potentially do this. If I could put it, oh, it is. Oh,
it's okay.
Let me see if I could put it in my This, I don't know. My audience's angle might be a little random, but might be able to give it a shot and see what I can do.
Resentencing hearing
All right, that might be the best that I can do. I wish I could lock it a little bit better, but I might not be able to. Let me see if I've got my, shoot. Of course I got my guitar shoulder strap tied up in the... Wait, so they told you CNN was live? CNN told you that? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry if I'm holding you up. I'm trying to figure this out here.
They did a lottery thing this morning or something. But
Oh, about who could go in? I see. I know, again. All right, folks, I don't know how good the view you're gonna be able to get is because I'm trying to carry several different things at once. I'm also still getting used to streaming on, what's this called? Prism, but I'm doing my best here, I promise. All right. You making another loop? All right. Do my best. Keep up here. Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Hey, oh, will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Time will tell. We shall see. Jacob Harkey on YouTube. Jacob Harkey, J-A-C-O-B. Oh, I'm making it up right now. It's Will the Judge Free the Menendez brothers. How about that? Oh, let me think. What can I come up with here? All right.
They were showing some graphic photos that the family was probably not appreciative of.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, so, I mean, the context of the DA.
The motion for resentencing, but Nathan Hochman is not on board with it. That's my understanding, right? So I could say, today, will the judge grant the request of the DA? Oh, find out today. Appreciate it. What was that? Jacob Harkey. I'm Jacob Harkey on YouTube. That's JACOBHARKEY, if interested.
beautiful, thank you.
No problem. My pleasure. Good call, Jess.
There you go. That's the best hit we got today.
That sound like for sure.
There we go. Pleasure to be a part of it. Nice. We'll see where I end up today. Oh, I wish I'd practiced this a little bit more beforehand. This was so spur of the moment. How much of a loop did you do before? Did you walk in front of all of these cameras? All right. Check in on my chat. Why can I not scroll through the chat anymore? It's all the photographers around him. That's right, Granny T.
You're a little behind.
Seriously, what did they do? Oh, more clout? Why not?
Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today?
I wish I had written a full song. I've just got that one verse over and over again. Where's the mic at? Oh, should I? Oh, am I welcome to? Did you do that? Did you do that earlier? Go up to the mic? All right, maybe I should have practiced a little. Oh, I don't know. There's a huge thing of mics over there. Yeah. You gonna do a press conference? Jessica Palmadessa's takes on the case. All right. Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Only time will tell. Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Will the brothers be set free today? Will the judge grant the requests of the ODA? Or will the judge free the Menendez brothers today? Time will tell. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Harkey. That's JACOBHARKEY on YouTube. Thank you. No, he won't. All right. I guess we'll see. Maybe right. Oh, man. I'm a little excited. I'm also a little bit nervous to see who starts texting me. Hey, I just saw you on the news. Oh, goodness.
4:15. You gotta be done within the next 15 minutes.
4:15? Okay, yeah, you're probably right. Alright, can I put this one away and get my screen back out here? And folks who are in my chat, if you happen to see me pop up on other streams or on other news feeds, feel free to let me know, because I'm very curious to see where this might be going to. About to get my 15 minutes of fame, y'all. Everybody who is in this chat knew me before I made it big. You've had some features before on news clips. I'll have to go back and rewatch you said it was Fox News that interviewed at the ICE protest?
They were trying to make me look bad, though.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But again, you weren't really protesting. You were more documenting.
I wasn't doing it. Yeah, just filming.
All right, we might be getting close enough that I'll go ahead and post up my tripod. I know, I was having trouble reading my chat earlier too. All right, folks. Fingy says you'll keep a lookout. I appreciate it, Fingy. All right, I'm switching to my rear camera because, as Jess was saying, this hearing's gotta be finishing up in the next 15 minutes or so, so we'll see how much more time we even have. And if anybody in the chat wants to help me write a second verse real quick so that I can head up to the mics again before the lawyers do, open to suggestions. I made myself a pick because I couldn't find mine. So I have a thing that is shaped like a stapler where it just punches out like from old credit cards. So I found an old ID card and just made an exclusive Jacob Harkey pick.
How fancy.
Out of one of my old ID cards.
I appreciate you, Sean.
You sell merch? Jessica Palmadessa merch?
I don't. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Hi, Marina. Thank you for being in here. What an eventful day it's turned out to be.
They'll be done in like 15 minutes.
Or I am curious to know if there's another. Oh, you're using both of your phones now. I was gonna say if you still had a free phone, I was curious if there were any updates being published like from journalists in the courtroom, because there's no. I don't think there's cameras in the courtroom, but there's journalists that are in there that are probably a lot of them working with the networks that are out here. But so they like to have the cameras posted up outside and then the eyes and ears inside. I saw a little bit of that when I was at the Denny Masterson sentencing in September 2023. That time I actually did make it inside, but we had to check in our phones. I used the bathroom and I was washing my hands right next to his brother, who was Chris Masterson. Chris, is that his name? He was Francis on Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize he was a Scientologist until right around that time. But runs in the family. Wait, so what else is right around here? Like what? Valley Municipal Building? It feels like it's like a college campus almost.
It's so randomly placed, I feel like.
Yeah, because the other courthouses, the Stanley Mosque and the Clara Shortridge Folds, those are like also right next to the like library records or like the city hall. Like I feel like all of the downtown LA, like city of LA administrative buildings are all kind of in that general location, so it makes sense. Yeah, this feels like it's kind of yeah. I wonder if it has something to do with the type of hearing, like because it's a motion for resentencing, like if that makes it a different category of like case than just felonies or misdemeanors in LA County. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing.
You left the gimbal there.
Oh yeah, I know. Thank you. I know, it's alright. It's dead. You can just leave it there. Yeah. It's fine. This thing's a piece of shit anyways. Very nice
Actually,
people.
are
So
you?
remember where you are? Are we in the ghetto?
I do.
Where are
That's a
we?
good.
Are we in Vanna?
Yes. Live streaming.
For
The Menendez brothers, their case has a hearing today.
I know this is why all these people are
Yeah.
here, but why are you here?
To see what happens. I'm on spring break, so I don't have to be at work today. So I figured, hey, I can come down and get in on some of the action, see what's going on. I was writing a little song earlier that was just, will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge? Yeah, no problem.
Wow, what a moody lady. That was so rude.
Why was she asking if she didn't want to hear my answer?
She might just be the rudest lady I've ever met. What a rude lady.
Okay, bye. You've met some rude ones. You've met some rude ones on live stream. That's a high bar to meet.
She walked over and asked, "What are you doing here?" Extremely rude.
And then as I started to answer, she was like, "Okay,
she
I've
put her
heard
hand
that."
out.
I actually left my guitar case over there. Are you gonna be here for a minute if I leave this here
Yeah,
for a
go.
sec? Okay, thanks. I'll be right
I'm
back.
just
Jess is
stunned
watching you
about
guys.
that interaction.
No, yeah, that was.
They just said that the gas gone.
I'm gonna have some words to say to her on the way.
Right.
There's gonna be a hearing next week.
I'm scared they're gonna ask.
I'm sorry, I can't go there.
Take your time, but I just want you to know.
Yeah, let's do that. Yes, let's do something. I'll pay for it pretty much.
That lady is so nuts. Yeah, I should have gone up and been like, Susie, what are you doing here? Freaking psychopath. These are the people that won the little lottery thing to go sit inside, I guess. She went to the manager. So I'm so thrown off by that.
Sorry, I should be on that chain. That's annoying.
Might be coming back right in time.
Yeah.
I was hearing people saying on the way back that the judge decided to move forward with the resentencing.
Okay. I heard someone just say like that they have a hearing next week or something.
Oh, okay. Well, so that means that he's not throwing out the motion for resentencing, which is what the new DA wanted, if I'm understanding that correctly.
Yeah.
Are right, folks, I see we've got some more people who have joined. So again, we are outside of the Van Nuys West Courthouse, Superior Court of California, to await the most recent update in the Menendez brothers case, and we'll find out if the Menendez brothers will in fact be resentenced, like the previous DA had hoped. I did hear some other reporters in the area say that yes, they will move forward with the resentencing, still awaiting further confirmation.
Okay, I'll hold it with my third arm.
There's my girl.
Just pulling to the side, right?
Before I leave, I'll talk some shit to her.
To that.
That nasty ass lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if I see her. When I was coming back this way, she was walking that way, so she might still be in the area.
What are you planning to do here? Are you...
Oh, I went in front of the mic a little bit earlier. I
Yeah.
just was singing a few verses of a song, or a few lines of a song that I was
Yeah.
making up. I was singing, will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez
Love it.
brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today?
Okay, I like it. All right.
Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers today?
So, what if we do it? Because their resentencing hearing is going to be next week.
Okay.
We come up. Can you change the lyrics to next week instead of today?
Okay.
So it'll be like, you know, we've got some people who are happy fans of the Menendez brothers, including you. What's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. And
Nice to
we'll
meet
get
you.
you to do awesome, mate. We'll just do our thing and we'll come over and yeah.
Okay. I'm up for that. Sounds like a plan. There we go. Oh, we got a.
And on a really good note, so please, say,
Hey, this is Ashley. I'm in Los Angeles. I've got Elliot Pack 5, and we want to feed in some stuff for Nightline. Can you give me I think it's new. It's a government thing.
Yeah, because I have my mic up there, but I'm not plugged in. Do I need to plug in?
I think we are. We need sound, we need video, we need everything. I'm not exactly.
It's the best spot to post up my camera at the moment. But we do have some other folks who may be interested in getting some sound bites from me. I have to tell you, when I went to bed last night, I did not anticipate that I was going to be here getting involved in any way in the press surrounding the Menendez brothers case. But life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
They own the place out there.
I think I'm going to move and post up right here.
I do not want to ruin that and you're all day long. For the bloggers, if you guys do that, we will cut this off. I mean it. Please don't do that to me. Don't do it to them. Don't do it to people wanting to know what happened, okay? Please. Okay.
I didn't catch that. What she said?
I don't know. I think just like don't storm them like that.
Oh, I see.
You know,
Makes sense.
they tend to.
No, they're not. They better not.
Jacob, please don't do that thing where you run up and start hitting everyone. Okay? Can't be doing that.
Not today.
No punching, no kicking, no biting.
Not today.
I know you're always biting.
Not today. Everybody's safe today. You have confidently said things before that I've believed and then found out later you were totally making them up.
Yes.
Like what?
When the occupation on L. Ron Hubbard Way was going on, I was like, do we know who's doing night duty? You were like, yeah, you are. I saw your name on the list.
Everything I say is bullshit. Everything I say is bullshit.
Go to the right if you can. We go the other side.
Oh yeah, they are gonna get
On the right side. Over there, where they are. Over there.
Fight, fight.
Just go to the right.
Just like go back.
Shame. Shame.
Oh, they're waiting for them to get out. Why is it so quiet? My mom says, do not curse Jessica. Oh, Jesus.
Do not what?
Curse.
Are you a supporter of the Menendez brothers?
Honestly, I watched the docudrama. It was really interesting. I'm curious to see what happens. I'm just playing. I'm playing. Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers?
We're gonna get some video of that.
Okay, okay, I'm up for that. I'm up for that. I think there might be a few people interested. We'll see. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Very long day, very long case.
Tommy song.
But we're going to next week without vote.
If they be resentenced, yes.
I represent Mark Garibus.
Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, nice to meet you guys. Yeah, what's your name? Dana. What's your last name? Brian.
Jamie, are you new here? P. Parsons, that is correct, sir. Wondering why they be. Oh my god. No, man, right? We'll be all worked up. Of course. Appreciate you, Sid. Alright, it's possible. Have that guy's song stuck in my head now?
That's what your chat's saying? Oh, I love it. You're welcome.
Appreciate you guys all following.
Now we have this big gathering
I'm all
of
about the
people
clout.
here, including some fans of the Menendez brothers, including Jacob here, who has actually gathered. It is a bizarre situation where you have these convicted killers, but also fans of them, thanks to Netflix shows. Why have you come down here, and why are you a fan of the Menendez brothers?
Well, I loved watching the show. I thought it was a really interesting story, and I think it's interesting now that an additional survivor of Jose Menendez has come forward from the boy band video. That's changing the way that this case is being perceived, and I also think that it's a very interesting instance in the law where the previous district attorney moved to have the brothers resentenced, and now the current district attorney is not on board with that. It's an interesting case to pay attention to, see what precedences it sets.
You've got the song you've even performed, you've prepared as well.
That's right. Would you like to hear?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Play it for us, but it gives us an idea. Play it for us.
Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Will the judge free the Menendez brothers? Let's see.
The country and the world, we are waiting for an update, and next week, and it's going to be absolutely huge. And Menendez brothers could learn whether they will be released.
Very nice. Thank you. Which one was that? Channel 9. Oh, it's really?
Yes.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Did you fly out before this?
No, we're based here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's awesome, that's awesome. Yeah, of course.
Kinda lost their spot.
A little bit, that's okay. I expected we'd be competing for real estate.
Honestly, I feel like right over there will probably be better.
Over on the grass.
Well, like sort of where the people are. Because they gotta walk the. I'm gonna go across.
I might follow.
He should. If everyone behaves. Yeah. Were you here last time? Yeah, that's fine.
Son los fiscales.
Saw you.
A ver si a ti los fiscales sí son los. Cuando pueden,
All right. I'm going to move my location once again. It's a little bit closer to where Jessica is at, as I think I may have a slightly better view there, where I'm not as obstructed by other media outlets. Although we might have to see. These are just lights, right? These aren't cameras. I'm not blocking anybody here. What if I post up right there? I do have a bit of a glare from the sun, which is not ideal, but it's been a few hours and I've spent a good amount of time out of the sun. MD Media says, Jacob, you'll buy the 14400 on the wall and you can see me on Fox 11. Oh, that's amazing. Wondering if I should keep my guitar around my shoulders for now. I really do have quite a glare from the sun here, don't I? Let's see if I can work on that, make that any better. Right there, perfect. All right, y'all, it can't be too much longer before they come out. And in fact, I don't have access to the time on my phone, but if anybody in the chat can let me know, what time is it right now? Because my understanding was that the courthouse needs to be getting cleared out by 4:30 or so. Sec. All right. Should I take one last sip of water?
Everybody.
Will he speak?
All right, it appears they're coming out now. Hey, Mandy. Oh, what a day it has been. I've already been featured on a handful of other news outlets' streams, and now we've got the family and attorneys of the Menendez brothers exiting the Nuys Courthouse.
The level of interest in this case is still incredibly high. I mean, take a look at the number of cameras here today, and it's not just the media.
Oh, Mandy, I'm sorry to hear
The
that.
level of curiosity from the public is also off the charts. Despite today's hearing being largely procedural, the level of interest in this case is still incredibly high. I mean, take a look at the number of camera crews here today, and it's not just the media that's interested in the story. The level of curiosity from the public is also off the charts.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but today is a good day. Justice won over politics. It's been a long time coming. For anybody who was in the courtroom, it was very difficult to sit and listen to what we witnessed. And we're obviously very thankful to the judge. And I couldn't be prouder of representing this family. They've worked a long time to get some justice, and today was actually probably the biggest day since they've been in this. I'm going to let them talk. I'm going to just say a couple of things. We heard, saw a lot of performative theatrics from the DA's office. The fact remains, by the way, he's here, I had him under subpoena, Brock Lunsford, who is hardly, if you knew Brock like I knew Brock, the idea that he's some kind of a Tony is laughable. You should ask him some questions. I subpoenaed him today, but I did not put him on the stand. I thought did the right thing, great thing. I'm in the courtroom apologizing to the family. I have seen something that I've never seen before, where the DA's office, who basically hired for head of victim services, somebody who was absolutely at odds with everybody behind me, and then gave them no support whatsoever, and then traumatized them again by throwing what I only consider to be a horrid picture up on the screen without warning that I would have been chastised for if I did it as a defense lawyer. I just think all in all, it was an important day, it was a great day, and I'm thankful to everybody behind me for entrusting me. I'm thankful to Cliff Gardner who ran away. Get away yet. I'm going to tell one small story. And then let him talk about that. 2 years ago, when we were talking, by the way, we still have an unblemished record. We worked together, we have an unblemished record. And we were talking about the writ of habeas corpus. And we said, rather than filing this as a pro per, having them represent themselves, why don't we just do it because we enjoy it? And so we did it together. Now worst decision we ever made. Yes, because and Cliff will tell you he does nothing but post-conviction litigation. Is there any case you have more post-conviction litigation?
Yeah, so that's counsel for the brothers saying it's a good day. And he also brought up additional attorney Cliff Gardner.
should never have been in question. The facts, fairness, and the law still matter. The court made clear that this process isn't about politics. It's about truth. It's about justice. And it's about giving people the chance to show who they are now, not just who they were in their worst moments. We're especially grateful to the former DA George Gascon, Nancy, Brock, and the entire team who took the time to do a real, rigorous, and fair review of Eric and Lyle's case. Their conclusion wasn't based on sympathy or politics. It was based on evidence. They combed through decades of records. They looked at Eric and Lyle's rehabilitation, their education, their contributions to others inside prison, and they applied the law exactly as it was intended, without bias, without agenda, and with integrity. Eric and Lyle have taken full responsibility for what they did, and for decades now, they've continuously shown their insight through their actions, not just their words. They've apologized to us repeatedly over the years and have exemplified growth and healing. They've lived with accountability every day, all while knowing that if they'd have all that, while never knowing they'd ever have a chance at release. They've supported fellow inmates through grief and terminal illness. Their work isn't performative. It's purposeful. It's real. We look forward to a full, fair presentation of who Eric and Lyle are today, not just a version frozen